Well, Sean, I want to follow up on what we talked about with Morgan Ortagus and the historic peace deal that was brokered today at the White House. You know, a lot of times foreign policy isn't at the top of the list for voters on what they vote on, but this is a really big deal and people should be paying attention to it.
Yeah, that's right. I mean, she talked about this. This is the first time in 26 years that we've had a deal like this in terms of peace in the Middle East. And yet this president's now had 2 deals in 29 days. It should be a testament to what he's able to do to protect our country, to create peace in the world, which benefits us as a country. So there is a tangible outcome that benefits each and every one of us as an American. But I don't think it necessarily translates in terms of to the ballot box, and that's unfortunate. The other thing that we tried to talk to Rick about that was interesting is, you know, between this, moving the embassy to Israel and to Jerusalem in Israel, the other things that this president has done for Israel are so monumental, and yet I don't know that we're going to see a big change in the vote of Jewish Americans, which is somewhat unfortunate.
Yeah, I think that is unfortunate because he has done so much. He's been such a champion for our relationship with Israel, which if people aren't aware of foreign policy, this is a big deal for our country and continuing peace in the Middle East. So people should dig in and really understand what this means to our country.
Yeah, it wasn't until I went there the first time that I realized what an impact it has, how much tension there is in that region. And so this kind of peace really does have a huge impact in it. And hopefully it starts a trend where more countries do sign on to this and it creates a much more stable region, and that Israel isn't the only beacon of democracy there. But all that being said, we have another huge show tomorrow. You know, Lyndsay, we talk about these congressional races all the time. The Republicans are trying to get the majority back in the House of Representatives. The chairman of the National Republican Congressional Committee, he's going to be here to talk about how they think that they can win some of these highly competitive races and get back in the majority. Plus, the former director of the White House Domestic Policy Council, Joe Grogan, Trump pollster Jim McLaughlin's going to tell us where we are 50 days out. And the author of The Biden Deception, his name is George Neumeier, he's going to expose Biden's radicalism. And last but not least, there's a guy named Alex Skarlatos. He's a candidate for Oregon's 4th congressional district. He was one of the men who fought terrorists on a train in Paris. He's going to here to tell us his story.
All right, well, that's our show. Following up on this presidential historic Arab-Israel peace agreement, our own CEO, Chris Reddy, is going to join Greg Kelly Reports next.
Thanks for being part of our company. We look forward to seeing you tomorrow.